BPO
Yeah.
or doing that service. Take us through it. I'm sure there's a lot of action happening already.
Yeah. So that paper is interesting in multiple aspects. So I believe personally they've been talking about this for quite a while now. I've heard a couple of conversations that go like this. This is even not from A16Z, but from another accelerator like YC. Like one of the partners shared about this that the real innovation, the real value from AI is not in incremental improvements. It's in wiping out departments altogether. And they've
Yep.
been thinking about this for quite a while. They've been investing like this. They've been looking for opportunities and startups and founders to do this. And it's been, I think, 2 years now, and like I don't know, like 12 batches in like the AI hype, and they've learned a lot throughout this process. And now we're now seeing like the winners of this particular the bunker. Now, like, what's interesting about this paper in particular is they've publicized it, and
Yeah,
now
did you find
everyone,
that strange that they made that public, or what's your read on that?
yeah, I think people have been talking about this for quite a while now, but like the coming from a VC, that signals the market like, hey, we need to invest in this direction, and I think you also shared about this that now VCs will take a look at this seriously. But there comes a hidden problem in the Philippines. Like, so BPO is a big thing here. Like as everyone knows, like BPO is a big thing here. Employs millions of people per year, gives about 8% of our GDP, and 80% of it is coming from America.
Right.
So that's like a big it's a big thing here in the Philippines. And like here comes like the problem. And as a former BPO executive, like one of the things that is a big deal about this is our business models, like the business models of the BPO companies here. And if you look at the value chain, it doesn't really like incentivize disruptive innovation. So what do I mean by that? It's the if you look at like the value chain, like BPOs like host agents, human agents to like do a back office process, right?
Yep.
And if we take a look at it if we map out like the entire value chain, so there are the people who's doing the back office work, there's the BPO and like the leadership and the executive ensuring that they do their best work, hiring, backfilling, and all of those processes there. And then there are their clients here on the other side of the world that benefit from like the major salary arbitrage, like due to cost of living differences like in the Philippines and in the US. And here comes like a big problem in terms of innovation and startups here because BPOs and like the major companies here in the Philippines are not really incentivized to like wipe out like the entire department, right?
Yeah,
But
they just moved it to another location. That's
yeah,
what happened.
yes, or like augmenting it with AI, like, it's like the main goal of like this particular of like the innovation here in that space. But in the US, like startups there, like they think different. To paint a couple of examples, like in my post that I shared, it's like bland.com is targeting like all voice use cases, right?
Okay.
All voice use cases, and like they're attacking that particular vertical. Tuti.ai is attacking dentistry back office work. So like back office processing, like for dentist clinics across the US. And my favorite here is Caseflow. Caseflow.ai, what they do is they do the same thing as Tuti.ai, but for like lawyers. They do for legal firms and lawyers, they do like the back office processing and all of those back office work that and they even go state to state, door to door, knocking on legal firms' laws. Like, hey, we have legal firms at doors, and like say, hey, we have this software. You might be interested. It could cut your costs. It could like even if it's like the same price, you might not even care because they have money on it. And that like paints a picture. Like the innovators here in our country aim to support and augment the innovators in like the other side of the world, where like if you look at the value chain, where the people paying for the party are looking to wipe out entire departments. Now, this change will not happen overnight because there are contracts or legal issues and all of this safety and security risks that we have all to accomplish. But what will happen the next 10 to 20 years when the demand dies down? when contracts doesn't renew, when the people on the bench rises up. Now, it sounds like a grim picture, right? Like the one I'm talking about. It's sad, and it's something that I say it's a little bit scary, and it could terrify a lot of people. But I also don't want to subscribe to like the doomer's perspective of things. Like the world is ending, bunker up, buy a lot of goods and like hide yourself. And like it's almost like a cult or religion. I just don't subscribe to that. Like the world is ending type of situation. Like so, how can we paint like a better picture? How can we paint like a hopeful picture for the future and what will happen here? Like in the past 10 years, like people who graduated college, they were looking for a quick buck. There's always this safety net in the BPO. Like, although it's not like as ideal as like soul draining work, there's always this safety net, like 30 to 60K as a call center agent, right? What will happen if that's no longer available? And the way I look at it is this is what really is the core of my advocacy is I hope that when people have the same problem as that in the future, like I just graduated college, what do I need to what do I need to do to get a job or like earn a quick buck? I hope that they look at startups. They found their own startups, they build their own solutions, they actually try to scale that. And that's like the core of my advocacy here. Because that might be the only thing that you cannot automate, like being a founder, being an entrepreneur, solving stuff. And like this is why I want to start this conversation. Like the threats are real, it's happening. The technology is not far in the future, it's here. Like we just had a hackathon with a couple of my friends recently, and just